3-1 B Pharmacy students, as per PCS syllabus, today I would like to explain pharmacology topic, that is autocoids. So previous classes already have covered histamine and 5-hydroxytryptamine. Autocoids are the local hormones. Examples of them here, eight varieties are there. So among them today I would like to explain eicosanoids. So here examples of the eicosanoids are prostaglandins, thromboxanes and leukotrienes. Prostanoids are prostaglandins and thromboxane together is called prostanoids. So eicosanoids are the 20 carbon containing autocoids. Examples of them are prostaglandins, thromboxanes, leukotrienes, hydroperoxyixo tetraenoic acid, hydroxyixa tetraenoic acid. So they are sensitized by the COX pathway. So here two isoenzymes are there, COX1 and COX2. COX1 is constitutionally present in the endothelium, GIT and platelets. Their function is housekeeping and protection of body. So all of them, they are inhibited by the NSAIDs, but COX2 is specifically induced during the inflammatory stimuli. It is specifically inhibited by the celecoxib, is the one variety of NSAIDs. Lipoxygenase pathway, by this pathway leukotrienes are formed, especially in the macrophages as well as in the mast cells. So here this is the biosynthetic pathway of eicosanoids. So all of them, they are derived from the phospholipids. During inflammatory reaction, phospholipase A2 will be activated due to either hormonal or maybe chemical stimulation takes place. This is the rate limiting step for the initial synthesis pathways. So anyway, this phospholipids will enter into the various pathways. So here arachidonic acid pathway, it will enter into the COX pathway, cyclooxygenase pathway. Here arachidonic acid is converted to various intermediate epoxy endoperoxy intermediates. From them there is a prostaglandins and thromboxanes A2 synthesis takes place. Variety of functions. So here phospholipids also converted into platelet activating factor by lysyl glyceryl phosphoryl choline. So anyway, so this arachidonic acid also converted into leukotrienes or 12-HETE compound by 5-lipoxygenase or 12-lipoxygenase enzyme. So here pathophysiology of the prostanoids. So here with the prostanoids as well as leukotrienes we are going to study, because they have combined action in the inflammatory reaction. Prostanoids pathophysiology is constriction of bronchial smooth muscle, vasoconstriction, increasing tone and permeability of the blood vessels, and as well as increasing reactivity of the bronchial smooth muscles. Prostaglandin D2, E2 and I2, they have vasodilatory effect with histamine in the inflammatory process. So in the same way, leukotrienes, they have a specific role in asthma, irritable bowel syndrome, as well as rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, adhesion of neutrophils to the vascular endothelium, and release of lysosomes, and as well as the release of oxygen free radicals. And next one is anaphylactic shock is also responsible for the cystinyl leukotrienes. So in combined, that is prostanoids as well as leukotrienes, both they will produce hemodynamic changes in the inflammatory reaction. So here initial redness flare will be caused by thromboxane A2, will induces PGE2 and B4. They are potent vasodilator. So this lead to the redness in the area of inflammation. Same way, wheal, that is swelling takes place due to release of leukotriene B4. They increase the permeability of the exudate from the blood vessels. This lead to the swelling in the local inflamed area. And pain, PGE2 sensitize the nociceptor receptor which carry the pain related sensation to the brain. So this will causes pain. And next one is heat. Due to dilation of local blood vessels, there is a local heat will be produced in the inflamed area. Same way, the released PGE to the blood circulation will reaches to the thermoregulatory center in the hypothalamus. This lead to the pyrogenic effect. Their mechanism action is they acts on GPCR, G protein coupled receptors by various G proteins like GS, GI and GQ. So here coming to the pharmacological effects of the prostanoids. Activity on cardiovascular system, PGI2 effective vasodilatory effect of PGI2 is more compared to the PGE2. It will causes hypotension, maintain the placental blood flow and maintains the patency of ductus arteriosus. And coming to thromboxane A2, it will causes vasoconstriction and meiosis. Coming to activity on platelets, PGE2, I2 and D2, they will see platelet aggregation and stimulation. Thromboxane A2 and PGG2 and H2, they will promote the aggregation of platelets. Thromboxane A2 with PGI2, they maintain the integrity of the vascular endothelium and they also prevent the platelet adhesion to the vascular endothelium during the migration of white blood cells. White bloods, ante. Correct. And activity on reproductive system. So here PGE2 and F2 alpha, they will contract the uterus both in pregnant as well as non-pregnant. They promote the fetus expulsion. So that's why these prostaglandins are helpful during the labor. So they also causes softening of cervix, uterine cervix. They also causes expansion of the uterine. And next one is they are responsible for the dysmenorrhea, that is painful menstruation is called dysmenorrhea. In excess quantity they will cause us dysmenorrhea. Activity on GIT, PGE2 and I2, they have cytoprotective effect on the stomach by reducing the acid secretion. They also improves the blood flow to the stomach. They improves the secretion of mucus. So that's why they have cytoprotective effect on stomach. PGE2 and F2 alpha, they will contract the longitudinal smooth muscle of the GIT. PGE2, it will causes relaxation. So both effect, this will lead to the diarrhea. Increasing GIT movement, this lead to the diarrhea is the adverse effects. Coming to the bronchial smooth muscle, PGE2, I2 and D2 and E2, PGF2 alpha, usually they will causes short activity of relaxation. Later they will causes PGE2 and thromboxane A2, they will causes contraction of these bronchial smooth muscles. That is early response, here late response. So later overall there is a contraction of bronchial smooth muscle takes place. And PGE2 and I2, they inhibit the histamine activity and release of histamine from the mast cells. Anyway, so coming to activity on kidney, PGE2 and I2, they increase the secretion of water, sodium, potassium ions. So they also causes renal vasodilatation, inhibits the antidiuretic hormone, and they also inhibit the chloride reabsorption. Thromboxane A2, it will cause vasoconstriction on blood vessels in the kidney. It stimulates the ADH release. Activity on CNS, it is having pyrogenic effect, especially PGE2 and PGF2 alpha. Activity on endocrine, PGE2 stimulates the release of ACTH growth hormone, prolactin, steroids hormone, as well as insulin. And adverse drug reactions are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, fever, bronchial constriction, flushing and vertigo. Here therapeutic uses are, it is having abortifying agent and ripening of uterine cervix and labor induction and to prevent postpartum hemorrhage and cytoprotective effect in peptic ulcers, maintains the patency of ductus arteriosus.